Hey everybody, and welcome to a new series on Rebel Pixels called Thankful Thursdays. Probably the cheesiest weekly show on the internet. The reason I'm deciding to do this show is because I am someone who tends to look at the world glass half empty. And just, I've been reading a lot of books and a lot of stuff in general on just kind of gaining confidence and being more happy, I guess, in general, because it's something I think we all really need to do more of and be more proactive in doing. And a lot of the books and stuff that I've read have said you need to be more positive. And being as I'm cursed with being a millennial and can't seem to do anything unless I'm like projecting it out into the world to get some sort of external validation, I have decided to do my sort of positivity exercises, quote unquote, in video form in front of an audience because that's the only way I'll probably be motivated to do it because just talking to myself feels pointless. So here we go. Uh, what I'm going to be doing with this series is I'm going to be taking things that I tend to be not negative about, I suppose, but just less than positive and try and find the positive spin in them in order to not only help myself, but maybe to help other people who are also similarly cynical and try and reframe some common problems into a more positive light. And maybe that'll help. Maybe it won't. I don't know how long this series will go or if it will go uh, forever or if it's just going to be something I'm going to do quickly and fizzle out because I'm not really feeling it. But figured I'd give it a shot. We'll do a couple of these and we'll see what happens. So today, the thing I wanted to be thankful for is my audience, you guys. And you might thinking, oh, well, why do you think negatively of us? It's not so much the people; it's the fact that, for those of you who don't know, I used to do an analysis channel where I talk about cartoons and video games and stuff like that. That was the first channel I did on YouTube. Never really thought of myself as a YouTuber until I did that. And that channel was relatively successful. It gained, I think, around 60,000 subscribers. Um, and then I got really sick of it because it was never really something I wanted to do, reviewing cartoons and stuff like that. And there was this huge big falling out. Any of you who've been following for a while, you know the cliff notes of this already. And I started this channel because it's a bit more closer to kind of what I feel I resonate with and like the content I would want to make if kind of like if I hadn't fallen into doing YouTube and actually sat down and said, okay, I want to use this platform. How do I want to do it? This is closer to what it would probably be. So I only hit 11,000 subscribers here recently, and I've put more work and more time into this channel than I ever did on the old one because the old one was very simple. It was very reactionary. You watch something, you talk about it, you move on. Whereas this is much more active in terms of like I got to sit down and figure out, okay, what do I want to do? How do I want to frame things? There are reviews, but the reviews are way more intensive to do as well because they're reviewing physical products. So I got to like shoot things and get the B-roll, and it's not just like passively experiencing something and then talking about it. It's I got to run these things through their paces. So there's a lot more labor involved in this channel. But because it's much more of a niche audience, it's never gotten that kind of explosive growth that I had before. And I look around and I see other people who are doing the same kind of content, and yet they're getting so much more success than I am. Roberto Blake is a great example of someone who does a similar channel, but has 200,000 subscribers, and we started at the same time. So, a lot of the times I get down on myself for not having an audience comparatively to what I used to have on my old channel and other people who are in this niche who somehow are able to do it more effectively than me. And I think I get too bogged down in thinking about that aspect where the important thing is that I do have an audience. It's not like the biggest audience in the world, but I have 11,000 people who listen to my dumbass ramblings like this. So that's something that not everybody has and not everybody will have, whether they don't want to try or they try and they have even less luck with it than I have with this channel, because that's the whole thing. Audience there's always a degree of luck involved. And I wanted to do more videos talking about this because I think it's something that I've thought about and resonates with me, but I haven't explored enough to really kind of like have it permeate into my brain and settle. Is that we can present the best content we possibly can. We can do all the things right. We can do the social media marketing well. We can do, the promotion well. We can craft great content. But at the end of the day, there's always a degree of luck in it involved in terms of that, like, if the people don't resonate with it, it doesn't matter how good of a job you did. You know, I think we can all agree that something like Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey aren't the best books ever written, but for some reason the audience gravitated towards them. The same thing, you can read a really great book on Amazon that's like self-published that has like 5 reviews, and like it's probably way better than those. So like they did all the right work. That self-published person, they put in all the effort. They made a better product, but it's not, if the audience doesn't gravitate towards that as much as they gravitate towards like whatever's in popular culture, like is it really their fault? Not particularly. I'm not trying to like put the blame off of me. I could upload more frequently. I think really one of the main reasons Roberto Blake, an example, has so many subscribers because he uploads daily, pretty much, where I upload every other week if I'm lucky. So upping my production, there's always things you can do to kind of game luck to your advantage. But at the end of the day, if for whatever reason audiences resonate with someone else's content more than mine, like I can't control that. And so to put that on myself is wrong. So instead of like chasing 100,000 and 200,000 and a million subscribers or whatever, I just wanted to say in this video that I'm thankful for having the audience that I do, because I've seen other people who do tablet reviews and stuff and do like motivational videos and don't get the views that I do and don't have the subscribers that I have. And I'm thankful that I was able to build a platform where, for the most part, like the dialogue and the discussions and the comments and stuff is fantastic. There's so many channels on YouTube where the comments are trash. By and large, we don't have that here. Like everyone's really nice. There's constructive criticism when there needs to be, for me and for other people. There's great advice and there's a good discussion, and I generally like it, and that's great. So 5 digits isn't great or amazing or fantastic in the grand scheme of things, but it's still a lot of people. Like if I put you all in a room, I don't know how big the room would need to be, but a big room, I would be humbled by your collective presence. And I think that's something really to remember. Even if you only have 100 subscribers, if you had 100 people in a room all interested in what you're doing, like I'm pretty sure you'd just be like overwhelmed with this sense of like pride in what you've been able to accomplish. And that's something really interesting about subscriber counts, and that how it's reduced audiences down to a number, and we kind of lose the human element in it. So I just wanted to say that I'm thankful that I have an audience. I'm thankful I can turn this camera on and talk to, basically to nothing. It's dead air. There's no one down here except me. But in essence, I'm talking to 11,000 people, and that's pretty crazy. And I'm glad that I'm able to do that. So that's all I wanted to say for this Thankful Thursday. I'll be back next week with something else. But until next time, I'm Tom Oliver. This is Rebel Pixels reminding you guys, we might be indie. That doesn't mean that we're alone. Thank you for watching.